Welcome back to another episode of NaytonTech. Today's going to be a little bit of a different, I'm not doing an actual review. This actually became more of an opinion and an overview of the new Google Stadia. I've been watching a lot of videos. Today is actually, today is Thursday, so this is the release where they release the pricing and what games and stuff are going to be coming with it when it comes out. The new controllers available, so we're going to get into a lot of that kind of stuff. But I was looking at a lot of the reviews on Google Stadia, on YouTube and stuff like that earlier today, and everybody is talking it down. Everybody's trashing it. Everybody's just negative all across YouTube, everywhere. And I'm truly trying to figure out why. I actually pre-ordered the controller today. It doesn't come out till November, so I probably won't see it till end of October, is my guessing anyway. Beginning of November, where I won't see actually about 2 controllers. And I'll post some of that stuff up here as we get further along. But I'm really trying to figure out why people are hating on this platform so much. One of the things that I've always wanted, and I've had PS3, a PS4, I've had an Xbox 360, I've got a $2,000 gaming machine sitting here that I play most of my games on. I've gotten rid of all of my consoles, mainly because I'm tired of continually buying accessories for them. Every time a new console comes out, and we're getting ready to come out with the PS, they're supposedly announcing the PS5 and the new Xbox, whatever it's going to be. But every time you buy one, most of them haven't been backwards compatible, so you have to rebuy all the games if you're going to want to play some of your older ones, especially if you don't keep your consoles like I do. I usually get rid of them. You got to buy all new controllers, you got to buy all new chargers for your controllers, you have to buy new headsets, all this kind of stuff that's very specific to those consoles. PC is a little bit better, but it is more expensive to get into. Like I said, I've probably got around $2,000 into my gaming PC, and if you guys want to see the build of that, you go way back to when I first started my YouTube channel. My PC is probably almost 2 years old now. I do have a couple build videos of that if you guys are interested. Maybe I'll post them below. Excuse me. But I really like, and I've been looking forward to something coming out that gives me the ability to play my AAA games off something not on a console and not on my gaming machine. I've been looking forward to, and I haven't bit the bullet yet on the Nintendo Switch yet. I just can't justify the price for the little that I play, especially for the specific games that are on there. Most of the games I like to play are, Fallout 76, Destiny 2, some of your bigger AAA games. I've played Zelda a little bit. I've borrowed a couple friends, and I haven't quite got into it 100%. So I've been looking for a platform that allows me to play the same games that I play on, whether it be a console, a high-end console, or my gaming machine, but I could take them with me. If I had an hour to kill, after work, while the wife's at appointment, something like that, or when I'm traveling and I'm at a relative's house and I want to play my game. Well, my Razer laptop, it's a good laptop, but it's not going to handle Fallout 76. So I've been waiting for a platform like this to come out. So let's go into a little bit of what Stadia is. So some of you guys may not know what Stadia is. So this is Google has built a data center that handles all of the back end of all of your gaming. So it handles all the graphics, all of the processing, all that kind of back end stuff, all the installs, so you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. And it streams that video to you, kind of like basically like a YouTube video. So it's a live YouTube video, but specifically for you. And then you've got the controller. Now, if you can use a, supposedly you're supposed to use almost any controller, and they haven't really got into if there's any limitations on which ones you can or can't use. But the impression they're giving is you can use a PS4 controller, you can use an Xbox 360 controller, or maybe even like an NVIDIA Shield controller, where you could use any of those, through USB to connect and play. Their controller has one advantage, is that it connects directly to the server. It does not go through the device that you're playing with. So if you're playing on your phone or a tablet, it doesn't connect to the tablet and then stream your controls from there. So it's removing that step. It connects directly to your current Wi-Fi, let's say your home Wi-Fi, and it goes directly to Google server. So there's two separate, almost like two separate connections going on. So that helps eliminate some of that lag that you're sending through another device. So they're working on the lag thing, and it isn't as bad as what you would expect it to be through some of this. You think that streaming is going to be really laggy and whatnot, and it really isn't, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So they are offering this service, so it's a streaming thing, and it's a streaming service, kind of like, it basically is going to be like Netflix, but gaming is kind of what they're comparing it to. So you can go out and you can buy the game. So if I wanted to buy Destiny 2 or Fallout 76, or like the new Doom is supposed to be coming, I can't remember what the name of it is. The new Doom, Borderlands 3 is supposed to be coming out on it. Baldur's Gate 3, I believe, is supposed to be coming out on it. And there's a list. I'll post it below. There's a small list of games that they're saying are supposed to be launching with it. So you buy the game, and there are some games that are supposed to come out that you can get free if you're part of the Pro. It's a $10 subscription, kind of Pro version, which is equal to your Xbox Live subscription or your PlayStation Plus. You get some free games with that subscription, as well as you get some higher bandwidth. You're able to play at 4K if your location that you're at can handle that kind of bandwidth, which isn't as high as you would expect. So let's see. So it's a streaming service. They do have a free one, so there's a $10 one, and then there's one free that has a limitation of 1080p. 1080p in stereo. No limitation on how long you play your game. Once you purchase the game, it's yours. You can play it forever. But the advantage this gives you is you can play your games inside of a Chrome browser. So any device you can have Chrome browser on, you can play. They're supposed to be coming out with a Stadia app for the phones. I believe it's only releasing for the Pixel 3, the 3XL, the 3A, and the 3A XL. I believe it's the three models at launch. They're supposed to be adding all of the other Pixel phones and more Pixel, as it grows. The reason why I am so excited about this is I was actually part of the beta. They called it Google Stream last November, and I was actually able to play and test and see how well everything worked with, it was Assassin's Creed Odyssey is what they were giving us. Now that was a brand new game last November. They released it on Google Stream, as well as you could buy it at the same time. And I was able to play that, and the amazing part is when you hit play, there's no load times. This loads faster than your computer can actually load it up. Now you remember, Google's got a data center backing your game versus even your i7. The game loaded faster than any game I've got on my PC. I hit play, and within a second or two, I was in the game. So no downloads, no updates you have to worry about, none of that kind of stuff. All of that's gone. So really the only disadvantage to Google Stadia, and these are the two things that most people are complaining about, are these things. One, you don't own the physical copy of your game. Well, people, this is 2019. Everything's digital now. All of the games, not all of them, but the majority of the games that you buy, even if you're on Steam or you're on any of your different launchers, Bethesda's launcher, Uplay, any of those are digital versions. Yes, you own them, but you don't have a physical copy. I don't even have a DVD player in my computer. I've got one DVD player in my house. So we're starting to move out of the era where you have physical games. Now, it's nice. When I had my consoles, I did buy physical games, mainly because I knew I wanted to resell them later on. When I got rid of the PS4, I could sell the PS4 with a game or two, and then sell the other ones and get some of my money back on them. Because I knew that, and the reason why I bought it is because I wanted to resell them, because I knew once I got rid of my console, I wasn't going to play them again ever anyway. So there's no point in keeping a physical copy. With Stadia, you're eliminating the incompatibility of whatever you're playing on, that game will continue to play on that platform forever, just like on most PC games. I mean, I used to go back and play 1998, 1997 games like the original StarCraft, still plays perfectly fine. Can't do that on your console. So Stadia is kind of following, to me, feels like it's following a little more of the PC style, like kind of like Steam, where you buy the game, it's added to your library, and you've got it, and you can continually playing it, you know, for the next 10 years. And that's, I see as a pro. There's no need for the physical copies anymore unless you plan to resell them when you sell your console. Well, this isn't a console or a physical thing that you're ever going to sell. It's a Chromecast or it's a Chrome browser. I mean, those are your basic limitations. I mean, maybe if you sell your controller, but I think even the controller will work with other consoles. So to me, that's not really much of that's a con. That's a whine. People are whining because I don't own the physical copy. Most people, like, I don't even own DVDs anymore. I mean, everything I have is either streamed in my house. I've downloaded some of the the movies or TV shows that I want, but I don't even own a DVD player to play my movies and whatnot. So if you in 2019 and you're moving forward, this is where everything's going to be going. I'm pretty sure even on the PS4 and the Xbox 360, I mean, it's moving towards digital copies. They're part of your library. So to me, that's not really much of a con. That's just a change of how everything is stored, how everything is bought, how everything is owned, I guess. You don't own a physical copy, but you own a digital copy that's part of your digital library. The next piece that everybody's complaining about is your internet speeds. And this is probably the biggest con, but it could be a positive, over the next few years, depending on how things go. Now, right now, they're saying you can stream 4K, excuse me, 4K, 60 frames a second, 5.1 surround sound, with about 35 megabits a second. Now, currently in my town, and I'm in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, which is not, you're considered a big city. I mean, Idaho, I think, just barely broke 1 billion people for the whole freaking state. So we're pretty rural for the most part. The slowest internet connection I can get through my cable provider is 50 megabits a second with 5 meg up. I had no problems playing, and this was last November, probably before they even have got really refined some of these, data streams and compression and all that kind of stuff. I was able to play 1080p, and I don't know what my frame rate is, so I can't really say to that, but 1080p, no problem. Hardly any lag. I was playing mouse and keyboard. Didn't really notice any lag with my 50 megabit connection, 5 meg up. No issues. So I'm not too worried about bandwidth as far as, hardwire. Now, if you're going off for a wireless connection, like, I don't know how this would work on your phone. If you're out at the park, how you're going to get your controller and your phone to connect and work and whatnot. And that's still probably some stuff that we're going to have to test out and whatnot. But since it's 100% online, streaming or whatnot, yes, there are going to be some limitations, some changes, some things that hopefully will force some of these internet providers and cell phone companies. We're always moving forward, getting faster connections and stuff. But hopefully it will change that and force some of these to get us some better speeds, because everything's moving to streaming. So I'm hoping it forces a change. I'm being optimistic and hopeful and whatnot, so I'm not trying to be like these downer guys that is just complete crap. I'm optimistic. I would consider myself an optimist. But this is something that I've been looking forward to and waiting for, because I don't want to carry around, a separate portable console just so I can play. So why can't I play on my phone? I don't have a problem carrying around a controller in my backpack. But this is really what I've been looking for and why I'm so excited about it, why I signed up for the beta test, why I bought 2 controllers today. And actually, we'll get into the pricing on that. But I bought 2 controllers today and the Chromecast Ultra, because you require the Chromecast Ultra to play, which is fine. I'm curious if this is going to come out for the NVIDIA Shield, though. I do have 2 NVIDIA Shields that I'm hoping I can use, but they get the app and whatnot down the road. So we'll see how that goes. But so right now, if you guys are interested in this, and there's a whole bunch of information, I'll post some links. Stadia.com is probably where most of it's going to be. And I'll also see if I can link to the original announcement that they released, oh geez, when was it? Earlier this year. They didn't have any pricing and stuff at that time, but they really go over kind of a lot of the back-end stuff, how stuff works, some of the features that you can't get on any console or PC right now. One of my most, and actually, I'm excited about this one. So let's say you're playing like Battlefield 5, you're playing some first-person shooter, and you got a team, and you're spread out over a map. Well, right now, you can't get a stream of, like a live stream of where your friends are at on that map. You can't see what they can see. Or let's say like in Battlefield 5, I think they have you have a person up in an airplane, and you can get an aerial view. With Google Stadia, with everything being done at the server, everybody that you're playing with is on the same data center for the most part. So their stream, you can add 3 streams, one here, one here, one here, of your other teammates on what they see, so when they're tossing a grenade, what they see, somebody coming around the corner or whatnot. You can see all of that live, because the stream that you are getting is still the same stream. It's still a 1080p stream, just like YouTube. It's still the same stream, but it's being produced or rendered at the server level. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about adding 3 more data streams to yours. They don't have to upload and add their stream. They don't have to stream out. You don't have to stream out. So you're actually cutting down on your bandwidth almost, or what could be your total bandwidth, by doing all of this at the data center. There's a lot of stuff that's being done that's there that we can't do. I couldn't do that with my 50 band connector. I can barely stream and play Fallout 76 and stream at the same time, because the 5 meg that I'm using to stream up at 720p is eating up so much of my upload bandwidth that I actually start noticing glitches and hiccups and stuff while I'm playing, just because it can't keep up. So it eliminates an issue, those kind of issues. Games like, Players Unknown, where you've got 100 people, and that's a lot of bandwidth to handle. Well, imagine if now you don't have to worry about bandwidth. Now you can have 1,000 people on that same map, because it's all being done at the data center, and then you just get the stream. You don't have to run. There's no processing done on your side. So there are advantages to it, and it opens up things that we haven't seen before. More and more people can be on the same map, because we can handle that kind of bandwidth. So today they just announced that they opened up pre-orders. For $129 you can get what they call it, the Founders Edition controller, and it's a midnight blue controller with some orange. Part of the sticks and the buttons and stuff are orange, and I'll post a picture of it right here. Actually, let me move over. So that's what the controller is, and then for $129 you also get the Chromecast Ultra, so that you can play it at the same time if you don't already have one. You get 3 months of Google Stadia Pro, so you get, which is a $30 value basically. So you get that. You get an early chance, so you get to play it as early as possible. You get a first pick for your call name, or your name. What it calls. I'm drawing a blank on names here, but like your call sign. You get first pick on that before anybody else. And I know there's a couple other little things. If I miss them, I'll post them up right here. But those are the kind of the big things that you get. Oh, and you also get an option for a buddy pass. So if you have a friend that wants to play, you don't have to have the controller. They can play with keyboard and mouse on the PC, or with another controller if they want. They also get a 3-month Pro pass for the Google Stadia. It also is launching with Destiny 2 with the complete package, to my understanding. So you get all the DLCs, all the expansions, all that kind of stuff is releasing with Google Stadia. So if you're a fan of Destiny 2, that's a good. I haven't got the Forsaken package. I did get the first season, but I haven't done any of the other ones. So I'm kind of excited to play that at that time. Also, I think with the new expansion that's coming out this November as well, we'll be releasing at the same time, hopefully. So then, like I said, you can pick a buddy that can have that for 3 months as well, and then they can decide if they want to keep it or not. So you get all of that. You can buy additional controllers for $69. They make a, I think it's just white, a black, and I think it was a pistachio color. It's kind of a light greenish color. I'll post those up somewhere here. So anyway, I hope this has been a little more motivational, a little more interesting. I've kind of thrown out a lot of information, but I'll post some links below if you really want to watch the two releases that they've done. They go over some of the games that are going to be coming out a little more than I have. A lot more back end, and it really kind of gives you that interesting of what they're trying to do and where they're trying to move gaming. It's not really a replacement for some of these other ones, but for somebody who, like me, who wants to be able to play somewhere else than in front of my computer screen all the time, because I do travel around, I do move around, and I do want to continue playing the same games. I'm into Fallout 76 right now, so I want to continue playing that. I don't want to have Fallout 76 and then Zelda on this one when I'm portable and what else. Sometimes in the mood to play, a specific game. And this opens up that opportunity for me, and I'm hoping they add it to more devices down the road so that we can, almost any device that you have with you, you can play on it. And that's what I think the biggest advantage of this is. Even if it doesn't get as big as Steam or it doesn't get whatever, I'm hoping that a lot of AAA games do at least have the ability to have it on there. And I'm hoping it kind of breaks up some of this like specialty games. I can only buy this game on the PS4 or the PS5. That's probably the most annoying thing for me, is because I don't want to buy a whole console to play one or two freaking games. But, that's gaming for us. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been a little more motivational instead of watching all the other guys just bitch and complain about some new stupid thing that they don't like or that isn't for gamers or whatever. Well, this is for everybody. This allows people that can't afford a $2,000 gaming machine or don't want to go out and buy a $500 console or $400 console or whatever they cost nowadays to play one or two games. You can buy a $60 controller, or you can even just hook up any controller that you have already. You can get a $20, $30 Logitech controller, plug it into your 2-year-old PC, and play in a Chrome browser. And that's the advantage. That's who this is focused on. I mean, gamers like me, I consider myself a decent gamer. I'm not, I don't spend 4 hours a night playing, but I try to play a few times a week. But I like the AAA games. And that's who this is for. This is for the guys that want the ability to play things that can't afford a $2,000 gaming machine where they can play it decent. Or, can't afford a console with all the accessories you have to buy. It gets people into gaming a lot cheaper. It may not be cheaper throughout the year compared to $10 a month versus like $50 a year for PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live. It may cost a little bit more there, but you don't have hardware to buy. So I think it equals out. The games are going to cost the same either way. Hopefully they've got sales and stuff like that, just like PlayStation does and Xbox does and Steam does. They'll have sales and things will drop in price over time. Hopefully they kind of drop down about the same across the board. So there's still a lot of unknowns. I mean, it's only available for the people who buy in right now. This year you won't be able to use the free version, the 1080p free packet or free account until 2020, which is only a couple months later. But hopefully they'll get a lot of the, I don't want to say they got bugs worked out, because I didn't really notice any bugs when I was playing last year, and they've already got another 7-8 months on it since I played. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, try not to rant too much down below. Like I said, I am an optimist. I like things moving forward. I like change. And anyway, if you guys have any questions, drop it below. And we'll see you next time.